B-boy. From the old to the new, still a B-boy. Too bold for the school, still a B-boy. East Coast to the West, B-boys worldwide. We supposed to be blessed, still a B-boy.
This week, we're heading to Queens to talk about an artist who went from having an underground buzz to becoming one of the biggest, not only rappers, but musicians, period, in the early 2000s. From his original first album that got shelved to his hit-filled debut on Shady Records, Curtis Jackson always brought that street life to wax. So this week, top 10 50 Cent songs. Joining me, as always, Raven Hunter's in the house. Riplak's here. Three of us are going to hold it down. And I'll start this show off at my number 10, an album that I think is my favorite 50 Cent album now. 2009 is before I self-destruct. I didn't even remember buying this. I didn't know I owned it until I was digging out the other 50 Cent CDs. I thought I stopped after Curtis, and I'm glad I didn't. And I'm going with the song So Disrespectful. Classic 50 Cent diss track. He's dissing the game and Young Buck. Well, I love both of them, but 50 Cent's diss tracks aren't like lyrical wizardry, but just the shit, how he says it, and he'll just say anything. It's the way he disses people. I just love his diss tracks, and this is one of them. And you got the business on the beat, and it's a hard beat with some gunshots in the back. Just the way he disses people. And follow his social media. It's more entertaining than his music, actually. Just shit. He just disses everyone. And I find that entertaining because I guess I'm kind of a hater. So Disrespectful was my number 10. Raven, what about you?
Man, that one was like my number 11. It just barely missed it. My number 10, I actually went to the first album, Get Rich or Die Trying, well, I guess quote unquote first album. And I went with Don't Push Me with Eminem and Lloyd Banks. Yeah, it's got that very early 2000s aftermath beat vibe that every release had at that time. You know what I mean? And it's just, that was one of those songs that really stood off that album to me. It's one of those, like, it's a classic, iconic album, but it's just a radio album, really. But Don't Push Me, I always really bump that.
That was an honorable mention. You know what I noticed listening to Get Rich or Die Trying multiple times this past week is sonically, it almost reminded me of the documentary by Game sonically. Now, the beats weren't necessarily the same. His Game was more West Coast, but I just pictured them like being mastered next to each other. They just sounded the same to me. Riplak, what's your number 10?
No, I agree with that. I think they both had kind of that same sound, which is a really
Yeah.
good thing because they both were amazing albums. I had How to Rob. It had to make my list. It's not like I listen to it all the time. Honestly, I've listened to it maybe like 3 times in my life. But, M and Dre knew what they were getting into prior to signing 50 Cent. And then it asked him to change a damn thing. And I love it because he came into the game already talking, running his mouth. So I think How to Rob really set the tone for what kind of made 50 Cent's brand.
And it's such a great concept and funny as hell. So many great one-liners on that song. And I believe that would have been probably the first. That's not true. First time I heard 50 Cent was he was featured on the Onyx song called React. That's the first time I heard 50 Cent. That was like a year before How to Rob, but the first solo one, which kind of counts, Mad Rapper was not really a rapper, but that song will probably get brought up again.
Shame on you for that being so low.
I was thinking the same
Hey,
thing, Raven.
shame
We're
on
in the
you
same
for
lane.
shame on you for putting the diss track so low, but we'll get back to that.
All right, number 9. I'm taking us to 2007's Curtis, and I'm going with the song I Get Money. And it's because of the sample. I'm a huge Audio 2 Top Billin' fan. Old school heads will know that sample right away. And to take that sample, which is a very 80s, not gangster at all, beat and turn it into just this gangster ass track, it was just done so well. Apex on production, and he couldn't have done it any better. And the lyrics aren't even that good. That's secondary to me in this song, which is rare. Usually I'm a lyrics above music. The beat is so damn good and the samples so damn good. It had to make my list. He also talks about how he says something like, I took quarter water, sold it in bottles for $2, and Coca-Cola bought it for $1 billion. And that line always kind of sticks out to me. So he definitely does get money. But much love to Audio 2 Top Billin'. If you're younger or just never heard that, Gotta check that out. And fun fact, Milk D from Audio 2 is first cousins with MC Light. There's your lesson for the day. Raven, what's your number 9?
Shame on you for that song being so low too. But
God
anyway,
damn.
yeah, this one kind of surprised me. It was from 2007's Curtis, which battles with Before I Self Destruct for being my favorite 50 Cent album. There's so many good songs on both those albums. This is the beat. It's a great example of just that era, and I went with AO Technology, which is one of the few singles I put on this list by choice, with Justin Timberlake and Timbaland, because that beat always just fucking, I don't know, something about that beat and the way they ride it. And I was a big Justin Timberlake fan around that time as well. So AO Technology, I was one of those few songs from that album at the time that I actually bumped.
I was just gonna joke about you being a Justin Timberlake fan, and you actually were a Justin Timberlake fan.
I mean, I love Taylor Swift. It shouldn't surprise you.
That's true. Now that you say that, now that you say that. Riplak, what's your number 9? No hate on Justin Timberlake if he's watching.
I'm sure he's watching.
I'm sure.
Definitely.
All right, life's on the line. I actually will admit, so I wasn't a 50 Cent fan when he came out. I heard this song first being remixed by Controversy, my brother in hip hop. So I was like, that's dope. And then I actually figured out it was a 50 Cent song, so I automatically liked the 50 Cent song. Life's on the Line is a great song, very upbeat.
Raven, I got this. Shame on you for having it that low. Shame on you. Number 8 already. I'm going not to that album. Shit. Get your shit straight. I'm going back to Before I Self-Destruct. I'm going to be holding this cover up more than any other tonight. And I'm going with Gangsta's Delight. He flips Rapper's Delight. Iconic. First hip-hop song ever released. It's amazing it took till 2009 for someone to turn Rapper's Delight into a gangsta ass song, and that he uses all the lines from it here and there, not the whole song, and changes them to gangsta. He even has the overdubs in the back. What a great idea. And it's crazy no one did it, or if someone did it, maybe underground and I never heard it. The beat is by Havoc from Mobb Deep. It fits the mood. The song just makes me happy. It seems like someone should have turned Rapper's Delight into a gangsta song before 2009. So great. So yeah, that was my number 8. Raven.
That right there was another, it would have been like number 12, another honorable mention from me. So I went and I stuck with Before I Self-Destruct. And that and Curtis really battled on and off, especially today. I listened to those two albums back to back quite a few times. But I went with Get It Hot, which is a song I had never heard, I don't think, until I started this. But it has this really hard ass, like gritty, almost industrial style beat. And the way they flow to it is just really dope. It has these really great samples that just kick even throughout the verses, all through the hook. It was a kind of a standout on that album that I didn't even know I liked.
Yeah, I hadn't remembered hardly anything from those two albums. Like I said, I didn't even know I owned Before I Self-Destruct. I was totally expecting to not pick anything from those two albums, and it's funny how that works. Riplak, number 8.
I have the Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack, Whip Your Head with Young Buck.
I
And
didn't
I'm a
even think of
huge,
that. Shit.
yeah,
Me
huge
either.
Young Buck fan. That beat is so cold and they go perfect together on that song. If there's ever a collab those two did, that's it.
I thought of the like 8 Mile soundtrack. I know he had multiple songs on. I never
I
thought
didn't
of the
think about
Get
that.
Rich or Die Trying
I don't.
soundtrack.
I'm kind of feel silly because I didn't either.
Yeah,
And I
It
love that
sounds like one
fucking
of those,
song when it came out too, because I love Buck as well.
yeah, like that beat is just like they're about to go just ride on somebody. Like I
I,
almost feel like I've played that beat when I was going after somebody before. Like it feels like it puts you into that like car, just like on your way to whip someone's head.
right.
I've definitely freestyled to that beat before and stole that chorus too.
I'm so glad you brought that up. I don't know how I didn't think of that
Dang,
soundtrack.
I
That's
literally have done a
crazy.
remix to that beat and I totally didn't even think about it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Great, great you
I'm
brought
gonna
it
be
up.
listening to that shit tonight though.
All right, number 7. And I'm going to 2005's The Massacre. To me, this album did not age well. I wasn't a huge fan, and this is going to be the only time I bring it up. But The song is Piggy Bank, and once again, 50 diss track. And like all of his diss tracks, at least some of it's about Ja Rule. And there's a lot of it in here. Fat Joe, he disses Jadakiss. It's produced by Needles, but I love the coins dropping in the background mixed in with the beat. He's done real well. And I remember being disappointed. I liked Get Rich or Die Trying when it came out. I wasn't total huge on it, but I liked it. But I remember the Massacre coming out and being disappointed, and I was still pretty much disappointed. I was pretty bored with the Massacre personally. But Piggy Bank, I just love the beat, and I love the way 50 Cent talks shit about people. It makes me smile. It's just one of them things, right? If I'm in
Yeah,
a
that's
bad mood, I just listen to 50 diss people or go on his Instagram account. Hear him talk about Diddy.
I'm more of a fan of the 50 the Entertainer and the shit the troll. He's the troll,
He
man.
is a troll,
But
but
like
it's entertaining.
Piggy Banks almost made it so many times and it didn't make it, man. Like I love that song,
It
but
is
it did
good.
not make it.
All right, Raven, what's your number 7?
Number 7, I went back to Before I Self-Destruct again, and I actually went with Psycho with Eminem. Man, I love that beat. It's like smooth, but they do the dope flow where they have these little sing-songy parts. That shit is even dope. Like, M actually does really well on that song. I remember I fucking hate the song he did on Massacre with 50, but I
Yeah.
think that was during his like real bad drug shit.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, man, or whatever that
Yeah,
shit
the
was. I
Batman and
hated that
Robin
shit.
twist. Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
good.
But Psycho, that shit, it was like when M was kind of coming back into his form a little bit, and I like that beat a lot.
And I think that like that first 50 verse might be the best he's ever flowed on any song. I mean,
He rides it
he
perfect.
rides it perfect. I was super impressed with his verse on that. Riplak, number 7.
I have a remix. I have PIMP mainly because of the beat. Kind of at first, I was just kind of like, I don't know if I want to say bored with the album, but I don't know. I feel like the remix made me kind of get back a little bit into liking it. So I had to go with PIMP. I liked the beat and I liked the way Snoop sounded on it.
One thing about those radio singles from the first 2 albums is, I mean, you can like them or not like them, but they're going to stick in your head. I mean, they had a desired effect. Even like in the club, which has been played nonstop for 20 years, when I listen to it, I'm still singing it in my head.
You bob your head either way.
Yeah, it's like I don't like this song, but I'm singing along. Why
Yeah.
am I singing
And it was
along?
in every fucking club or bar I
Oh,
played in back in that era. They were playing that nonstop on the floor.
nonstop, nonstop. All right, number 6. I'm going to 2002's Guess Who's Back mixtape, and I'm going with the song Fuck You. Another 50 diss track. Beat is by DJ Clark Kent, and goddamn, the scratching in it is so dope. The beat is just a boom bap beat with really good scratching. He really in depth addresses the incident where he got shot 9 times. You know, it's songs like this I picture Eminem hearing and saying, "We got to sign him. We got to sign him." You can hear the hunger in his flow and lyrics, and once he signed and kind of went a different direction, we really never got this hungry 50 Cent ever again. But fuck you, I love Guess Who Back mixtape. Yeah, most of it is from Power of the Dollar, which got shelved, which is really a shame that never came out. But this mixtape's really dope. Guess Who's Back, and the song "Fuck You" is fucking good. So that's number 6. What about you, Raven?
Man, DJ Clark Kent is so fucking good. It doesn't get
Underrated.
talked
Yep.
about enough.
Mhm.
But I went to the that Scrapped Power of the Dollar EP in 1999 with the song "Life's on the Line." Man, it's a hard ass song. I love that beat. It is a bonus on some versions of the Get Rich or Die Trying LP. But man, that's just such a good song, and it sat there for 4 fucking years. Because I mean, right before he was getting ready to come out with the first video for that album, he got shot 9 times, and then Columbia dropped him. So he sat there for fucking 4 years before Eminem got him. And Life's on the Line is a really good example of what 50 sounded like before they gave him Dre's beats and turned him into a commercialized rapper.
And they even shot a video for Life's on the Line. I mean, you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Think how that's got. I mean, it turned out all right at the end for him, but
Well,
you're
yeah.
about to release this album, you get shot 9 times, and then they drop you. I mean, that's some. Riplak, what's your number 6?
I have Back Down. Not a big Ja Rule fan, so I like when he does his voices, impersonations, and stuff in there, and then just the outcome of the whole beef. So that's kind of iconic. Just anything he does, dissing Ja Rule.
Mm.
He really did. He was at the top. He was at the top at the time, and 50 came and just made him nothing.
If
I
you
had to put that song. I didn't know. I didn't think it would make my list, but I felt it was relevant enough for me.
if you don't like Ja Rule, 50 Cent's the rapper for you.
Hmm.
And that's a great transition because number five, I'm going to 2003's Get Rich or Die Trying with Back Down as well. This beat by Dr. Dre is what really does it for me. The beat is so great. But Back Down is what I call a go to war song. And you kind of talked about it before. There's these songs I call go to war songs. If I'm going to war or a battle, I get in my car and play a song like this. This beat will get me ready to go whip some ass along with you, Riplak. Forget those huge club hits. This is the 50 I love. So Back Down, number five. Cool to see someone else have it on their list. Raven, what is your number five?
Number five, I went to the Massacre 2005, and this was the only time I went to that album. I went with This Is 50. I love the beat. I love that flow. It's kind of smooth but real gangster, and it's like one of the very few songs I like on that album, period.
I only have two honorable mentions for the massacre, and that was one of them. So
It
yeah.
went higher than I ever would have expected something from that album. Made it, but I liked it. I like that song a lot.
Number five for you, Riplak.
Hey, did you say earlier that you had one from the massacre?
Yeah, Piggy Bank.
That's right. And you have one, and I have one, and they're all different. So my
Ah,
number five is I'm Gonna Die Tonight.
Good. That's a good choice.
storytelling.
I
That's
Yeah.
not a bad
That's
song.
the only, I mean, besides Piggy Banks almost making it, like that's the only song that for sure was making it because I really like that song.
That
I
was one of my
love
honorable
it.
mentions.
Just the slow 50 Cent one, just where he rides the beat so well, like he just fits it so well in songs like that. So that was the only one that made it for me too. That's wild that we all had one and they're
That
all
was a rough album. That was a rough
Yeah,
it was
album.
yeah.
very rough.
I mean, the hits still were huge at the time, but I wasn't singing along to Candy Shopper, whatever the
Me either.
big hits were. All right, number four, and for the third time, I'm going back to 2009's Before I Self-Destruct, an album I didn't know I owned until the other day, and I'm going with Psycho featuring Eminem. If the my top three weren't iconic to me, this would be higher. This is probably 50's best flow of all time. He rides the beat just perfectly. I know we said that before. But, although when Eminem comes in, you're kind of reminded of how much more advanced he is than 50. But 50 does as good as he could possibly do. I don't think he could have done any better in a perfect, situation. Dope beat by Dr. Dre. There's just certain songs when I listen to albums, especially for podcasts, I'll listen through a whole album, but there's certain songs that I will go back and listen to it like two or three times in a row just because I'm loving it so much. Psycho is one of them. I love this fucking song. So it slid to four, but I'm glad I got some other love too, because damn, does 50 impress on that song. Raven, what is number four on your list?
Number four. I went back to 2007's Curtis, and I went with My Gun Go Off. That is a hard ass beat. That's a dope ass flow. It's just gangster shit, and it flows right from his little intro just perfectly. It's a great way to open that album, and that album surprised me way more than any other album in his catalog. How much I liked it right from that first intro. I was listening, like I don't know what movie or whatever that's from, but it had me like, what, and then it went right into that. My gun go off, and that shit's hard.
That was an honorable mention. Same thing. I thought I would hate all of Curtis, all of Self-Destruct. I did kind of hate all the Animal Ambition one, but
That album's a horrible,
that's pretty bad, isn't it? It's pretty
worse
fucking
than the
bad.
Massacre.
Yes, yes. That was worse than the Massacre. Riplak, number four.
I went with Get Rich or Die Trying Heat, one of the hardest song or beats on that album. And I love the way he kind of sings with it a little bit. I don't know. He transitions so well into that, into the hooks or in the choruses to the hooks, everything.
So this brings us to our top three, and you brought up Get Rich or Die Trying, so I'm gonna go there too. Get Rich or Die Trying, my number three, Patiently Waiting, featuring Eminem. Hey, Em, you know you're my favorite right boy, right? Right from that, it gets me. The beat is by Eminem. It's a haunting beat that kind of builds. 50 brings it on the first verse. Definitely a great start. But, I can't front. The highlight is Eminem's verse. Eminem destroys this shit, just fucking destroys it. Just amazing. And a great hook too. It's, simple but effective, which can be a new drinking game every time I say that. But that Eminem verse, I mean, just, Shady Records was 80 seconds away from the towers. His cowards fucked the wrong building. The men hit ours. Better evacuate all children. It's nuclear shower. And it's almost like Eminem's, passing 50 to ball. Like, here, take it. I vouch for you. So damn good. So Patiently Waiting was my number three. Raven, is that your number three?
Was not. That was a honorable mention for me. I had one with Don't Push Me instead. But yeah, number three for me, I went back to Before I Self-Destruct again. And I went to Death to My Enemies. Because man, I love that beat. It's a hard ass vibe to that song. 50 rides that beat really well. Yeah, Death to My Enemies, I love that beat.
Riplak, number three.
And I finally went to Before I Self-Destruct with So Disrespectful.
Uh,
And you know me and my diss song. You should be more surprised it's not number one. It is, he like literally doesn't give a fuck what he says in that song.
I know, I love that.
And that's amazing because that's how, again, I'm going to bring up controversy again because we went through a rap beef and not with 101. But we went through a rap beef and I dissed the guy first and then NDK and then Khan's like our cleanup guy. So he actually picked this beat first, but then found another one because he didn't want to do it over one of these bigger songs.
Mhm.
So he just literally just said whatever. It was like stuff in there he said to this guy. I was like, man, like if Khan said that to me, it would be over. Like it was really disrespectful, like bad. And I was like, dude, like, but at the same time, it's like I went to listen to this song after he did it. I'm like, damn, 50 killed that shit. And like
Yeah.
he did, I think he did well with it. The way he like again just rode the beat so smoothly and
Like, I don't know if you guys follow him on social media, but just the shitty posts. Like the day that Kanye came out with the song about giving his cousin head when he was a kid, 50 put something like the Knicks lost, the Pope died, and now Kanye is talking about sucking his cousin's dick. What a shitty day. Just things like that. Just, I don't know, it's funny to me. But I will rein it back in, go to number two, and I'm going to either 2000's Power of the Dollar. It's also on Guess Who's Back. Life's on the Line. Right from Nobody Likes Me, That's Okay, because I don't like y'all anyway. Just hooks me. And then the beat comes in. Just such a great song. And I remember when, at this point, 50's almost considered a lyricist, and I really missed that version of him. It was just a
Mm.
mix of being a dope MC, but still being gangster as fuck. You know, he had witty lines that he just kind of lost over time once he got bigger. From, I don't like you, I don't pretend to, the paramedics rap in your fucking head like a Hindu. And there's just so many of them. And this is another one I picture Eminem listening and be like, we got to snatch this guy. We got to snatch this guy. And like we said before, they even shot a video for it. Then, he got shot, Power Dollar gets shelved. And, but it worked out in the end for him. So Life's on the Line. Number two. What about you, Raven?
Number two, I had expected this to make my list, but not be this high up. But I went with I Get Money, and it's because of that beat. I've done two different versions of this song myself, where I did one over his, and then my boy Ruckus from Cryptic made me a new beat and used the sample from the OG to make me my own new version. And that was on my album Inner Demons. And that's because that fucking sample hits so hard. And 50 rides that beat simply, but just simple but effective. He just rides it perfectly. And the beat is I still turn the speaker up in my store when that shit came on.
The beat couldn't have been, I don't think you could have done it any better than he did with that sample. I mean, so dope. Riplak, number two.
my top two are my motivational 50 Cent songs. So when I want to go get money, I get money from Curtis.
I
Same
get money.
But
number two. Same number two. I
Hell
love
yeah.
nice. I'm
fucking
glad everyone picked it. That's a shame.
that song's so good.
That beat, man, it
Yeah.
pumps it.
It gets me pumped. Like when I'm going to do
Facts.
something cool as fuck or doing something like making a business move in music or something, it's that or the next song, my number one. So that is my number two.
Yeah, and I love when they flip old school songs, because then maybe a younger cat will hear it and be like, "Oh, what's this sample?" But this brought us to number one. Before we started, I thought maybe everyone would have the same number one, but I know that's not true. But my list, I wrote this at number one, put Life's on the Line's got to be top three, and then figured the rest out. But number one was Never in Jeopardy. In 1999, on the Into Deep soundtrack, or also on the Mad Rappers Tell 'em Why You're Mad album, How to Rob. Mad Rapper is huge at the time for all his Bad Boy skits from the Biggie and Puffy and Mace albums, and it was a great, concept. A new MC hating on an established artist, and the whole Mad Rapper thing just worked, and it worked with 50 in this song. So many great lines, so funny. Still makes me laugh today. I mean, I could list 10 lines that are great, like Rob Pun without a gun. He weighs 400 pounds. He ain't gonna catch me, son. I mean, I could just keep going, right? And Trackmaster's on the beat. But that's really just a cliff note. This is all about the lyrics, that witty humor. To be a new cat and you're dissing like 30 or 40 different rappers. I mean, that proves I mean, he's not afraid and didn't give a fuck, and just perfect. How to Rob is the shit. And this album, if anyone's not heard it, it's I wouldn't go out of your way, except there's a song on here with Eminem called Stir Crazy. That is really, really dope. But yeah, How to Rob, that was number one. Was that your number one, Raven?
I mean, when you said we were doing 50 Cent, I rolled my eyes and then I wrote down my number one, and that's because being broke will make you delirious. So I
Yeah.
had to go with How to Rob. And that's because back in the 90s, I bought every hood movie soundtrack, quote unquote hood movie, as my parents would call it, soundtrack that would come out. And I loved In Too Deep. That was, Omar Epps, LL Cool J,
Yep.
and dope soundtrack. And that was my first introduction to 50 Cent. And that's why when In the Club was your next real time you heard 50 Cent, it was kind of disappointing
Yep.
because he goes so hard in this song. He has so many just memorable fucking lines about anybody that was relevant at the time. And he gave no fucks. And not long after that, he took 9 shots. Who knows? Connection. He did say something about Puff Daddy in there. We know a lot about Puff now.
That is true. I think we should start that conspiracy. Look more into it at least. It speaks for itself, How to Rob. Shame on you, Riplak, for that not being higher.
Shame. Number
Well,
10, Shame.
what's your number one?
It's not and one anybody has mentioned yet. It is If I Can't off Get Rich or Die Trying. Another motivational song for me. Because if I can't do it, homie, it can't be done. It's one of those songs when I start listening to, I'll listen to it multiple times.
Those are the best kind. Where it's like, oh shit, I better listen to it again.
Also, another thing about this list, which I'm not surprised. I honestly didn't think anyone on here would pick in the club. I didn't think anyone would pick that. And what's funny about that song, I don't know if you guys knew, but like that beat was offered to D12 first and they denied it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I
And
knew
I-
that,
Well,
I
I
forgot
think
it.
the bulk of Dre's production from that album, I'm pretty sure was supposed to be Detox, and then they gave it to 50.
But yeah, none of us, all those big ass radio singles. So I'm proud of you guys for not picking. I mean, PIMP, but you did the remix. But like Candy Shop, I might have judged you.
I would have thrown myself down the stairs if I
Yeah,
did.
I would have walked out.
Although that 21 questions is all right because Nate Dogg's on it. But there, we did 50 Cent. It was requested. Wasn't the biggest 50 Cent fan, but this is why I love these lists, because I found more songs I didn't think I would like from 50.
I'm
So
kind of a 50 fan now.
yeah, I am too, I think. But honorable mentions, it's on Power to Dollar or Guess Who's Back also, is Get Out the Club and Be a Gentleman, where he samples a Christmas song, but it ain't have nothing to do with Christmas. From Get Rich or Die Trying, I actually put honorable mention as In the Club. just because even though I don't like it, I always rap along and bob my head, so I had to be real. The only other one from Massacre was My Toy Soldier off of Curtis, Curtis 187, from Before I Self Destruct, Then Days Went By, second song I believe on there. And from 8 Mile soundtrack, I had it on my list, but it's kind of would have been kind of cheating because it's technically Eminem, Obi Trice, and 50 Cent, Places to Go. I love that song, but I kind of felt I'd rather put one of his on. And then off the No Mercy, No Fear mixtape, they do a song called Fat Bitch. They take the beat from Baby Fat from De La Soul and make a whole song about a fat bitch. It's what you would expect. But there's still a 16-year-old kid in me that laughs every once in a while. So I wanted to at least mention it. So are we missing anything? Curtis Jackson?
You hit most of them. Like Curtis 187 was definitely big.
Yeah,
Almost
dope
made my
song.
list. But Fire with Young Buck from Curtis was another like, but it was kind of too singly for my. I tried to really stay away from that, except for that Justin Timberlake track. I had to get on there.
Fitty's in the books. All right, I'll let y'all guys go now. Have a good night.
Still a B-boy, from the old to the new, still a B-boy. Too bold for the school, still a B-boy. East Coast to the West, B-boys worldwide, we supposed to be blessed. Still a B-boy, from the old to the new, still a B-boy. Too bold for the school, still a B-boy. East Coast to the West, B-boys worldwide.